episode of the Cultured Misfits podcast.
The what?
Oh my gosh. You know what? As a matter of fact, yes, one of y'all kicked this bitch off. How about that? How about Brandon gets a break from being that guy?
We didn't plan that.
Huh?
You can't just be doing that on us.
I sure can.
You can't.
Rell, you wanna?
Go ahead,
Welcome back to another episode of the Cultured Misfits podcast. I am Rell, and to the left of me is
Brandon, aka DJ Silk.
and to the left of him,
Jazzy. Hello.
Yes, that's dope. We made it. We made it with your Beyonce concert going ass. I love it. I love that for you.
I
Now
had a
you're a
good
fan.
time.
Now you're a fan.
I mean, I've always been a fan,
Gonna be
but just
Hive?
not. No.
Oh, you ain't that. Okay.
No?
But you know, I rock with her.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Did she say Lizzo's name in the do you remember?
Yeah, she does.
She did say it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why would she not?
Because Lizzo is
I mean, she's still gonna say it.
AKA
Those allegations aren't true.
AKA R Belly. Did you see that?
What?
I saw a meme and they said they're calling her R Belly.
What is
Like
that?
R. Kelly, but R. Kelly.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
it's not true.
You don't think? I think they're true. In fact, I know they're true.
Things have come out to disprove it.
Like
Even the girls coming out to go on another show and work with her again. And
Well,
even they said when you look at the stuff, it's not really like they're suing Lizzo because she's the face of it, but it's really other people.
okay, you want to believe that?
I mean, a lot of things have come out to discredit it, but
Well, I mean that they kept working. That's an argument for that.
no, it's other things. Not just that they kept working. What if you don't like your job? Quit your job.
No, not when you're a plus size dancer and how many jobs can there be for a plus size dancer in this industry?
If you're being abused at work,
But if you want to work,
no.
no.
You work to live. You work to live, you don't live to work.
Okay. Jazz is being suspiciously quiet. Why is that, Jazz?
I only seen 3 people come out and say all that stuff. I don't know the other stuff.
I think she had like 3 dancers though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I saw the 3 dancers, saying their piece about what was going on, but I don't know any of like the rebuttals or anything that's going on.
Gotcha.
I know she put out a what was it? A story, a post from all the accusations and saying that they're not true and dealing with her character.
Yeah, and I don't work for Lizzo, but I would hope that. I'm not like a Lizzo stan.
I would hope
but
it's not true, but if it is true, and she needs to start reflecting on how she's
treats people.
treating people.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. I personally don't find it hard to believe that those allegations could be true. To be quite honest with you, she gives me that energy.
She's probably a sweetheart.
No, she's not.
I'm like, why do you like? I just don't care about celebrity lives. Like they're not paying my bills.
That's
like,
yes, that's good.
No,
I mean, I've heard her in a few interviews, not like the fluff pieces where she actually talked about her past, and she's been through a lot. Like she's been through a whole lot, and usually people who have been through a lot who then reach a point of success, they don't handle it well, like in terms of being kind and whatnot. And I just kind of always she gave me the same energy Kanye West gave me the very beginning.
Well, your boy, what's his name, likes her. Jason Lee likes her.
I'm sure he does. Yeah, he's got to, because he's on talking about how black women think that he hates them, so he's got to stand up for. Nah, look, I hope she gets the help that she needs, because I really do feel like I don't think she's inherently a mean person, but I think the pressure of her position and then just being famous is hard. Like to keep a hold of yourself and
What's the I saw like a joke underneath the post. The choreographer for Diddy, and she used to say "boom cat." They were like, these dancers couldn't, last a minute with what's her name?
Laura Gibson.
Yeah.
She's sharp.
Yeah.
She's sharp.
Everything. Boom, cat, boom, boom, cat.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I just remember her from Danity Kane when she was doing them. And what's the guys? Oh my God, I listen to them all the time and I can't think of their name. The guy group. Oh my God.
112?
No.
For making the band.
For making the band.
Oh.
Day 26.
Day 26. There you go. I remember her. Do you remember the movie Honey?
Yes.
She had a
little scene in it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's sharp. She's still a cutie. Little Laura Gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. But I, for one, I was not surprised when those allegations came out. I'm like,
You just don't like Lizzo.
I don't. I really don't. But I also don't want her to. I don't want bad things to happen to her or her career. Like it's hard to get to that level, and it's like, all right. So initially I was like, I don't know if I believe it. But then there was a documentary filmmaker who only lasted 2 weeks. And she was like, nah, that bitch is me. She didn't say that. But she said the way she was treated by her and all that. She was like, nah, I can't even do that. So
Yep, and she left.
So
as everybody else should have.
Man, listen, you can't. That's victim shaming. It's victim shaming.
Okay.
It's hard. Yo, it is hard. You audition.
For an entertainer,
Yeah,
it's
I
different.
understand.
Like it's like, man, I've been fighting all my life with this
But
opportunity.
then that's what I don't understand. Like, so then you're going to sacrifice to be in, like, for your dream.
Yes.
So then now you're going to go sue because you put up with something that you didn't have to.
Yeah. Because you can't finish it out. And it's incremental. It's like, okay, you get a little beat down today, and then the next day it's okay, and then it's better the next day, and then you get hit again. Like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like minute by minute, day by day a beat down. I'm sure it was just like here and there, but it's just an accumulation of things. And then one day you're just like, you know what? I've had enough of this. And it goes into that. So, I mean, look, the whole sex show thing.
What sex show thing?
I don't know either.
So they went to Amsterdam, and they have the banana show. Are you familiar with what that is?
No, but it's probably a banana somewhere it shouldn't be.
Right. The dancer, the performer inserts a banana, and then squeezes it out, and people get the opportunity to eat the banana out of her between her legs. And there's interviews of Lizzo talking about this. I always wanted to go. I wanted to try it. I want to do this, and that is part of the accusation that she made them go to a sex show. And like, I don't know if they actually went through.
Just because she went.
No, they said they were forced to go. Like, they were pressured to go and pressured to participate. So, groupthink, peer pressure, whatever. Yeah. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there. No, say it, please.
I can tell you one thing. One thing for sure. Two things for whatever it is.
Oh no! Here we go. Can you get the sayings right?
One thing for certain, two things for sure.
There you go.
You ain't forcing me to do shit.
I'm not eating no banana that I didn't peel myself.
You ain't eating no banana that's coming out of anybody. Because you could have peeled it and gave it to her and then come back.
That I didn't peel myself.
Right. Yeah. Look, man. Again, when you're in the entertainment industry and you have fought hard to get to the pinnacle of your existence, professional existence, it is hard to walk away on principle off of, when it's like, damn, I got to walk away from this opportunity. And I'm sure you're familiar with groupthink, right? That whole phenomenon?
Yeah, and the bystander effect and all that.
Yeah, or you ever watch those dancing bear videos?
No. You're old.
No, it's not old. It's porn.
Right? Oh, see,
and it's male dancers. It is male dancers at bachelor parties, right? Bachelorette parties.
Okay.
And the guys are dancing, and it's like the guy whip his shit out in front of a girl, and she'll be like, no. And then the room will be like, and then next thing you know, she's sucking a dick. Like, she goes like, all right. Or she might not, and then the next girl is like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. And it's a group thing. It's like you're in this space, and there's a common thing happening. And I guess if you have any minor reservations about it, you feel like you're in a safe, judgment-free zone. So in the moment, it's cool. But then later on, you get home and be like, God damn, I still sucked that man's dick. I ain't want to. I ate banana out of a coochie, and I ain't want to. Because I want to dance.
That's fucking wild.
It's extra wild, and it happens all the time.
I think it's one of those things where, like, if you put yourself in those types of situations, then, like, I don't know what to tell you. Because, like, I would never put myself in a situation like that. That's why I could just sit here and be like, nah, that ain't me. That's wild. Like, you ain't making me do shit that I don't want to do at all.
Agreed. But you're a strong person. You're feisty. You wouldn't.
Rell's not feisty, but she ain't gonna be doing that.
Rell's feisty as fuck. What you talking about?
I'm a very
feisty.
nice person.
Well, those are two different things. Because I'm nice and feisty. Okay.
No, man. It's rough. It's rough. Like I said, I was kind of like with the dancers, but then when that film, the documentary chick was like, yeah, like
Didn't she do a show? Like a dancing show? Because
Well,
she
this
was
is what it
picking
was
the
for.
dancers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is what it was for. Like the
Stems
dancers from that show.
Yeah, okay. So I feel like that's maybe something probably watch and be like,
Yep. I mean, told the girl she's gaining weight. Like she fat, she ain't be. And you know what she really wanted to say was like, how dare this gonna turn around and talk about my size?
And then that's never mind. I'm not even getting into it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It does make sense to me. Now that makes perfect
And
sense.
so then you'd be like, "Well, Lizzo, you're big as shit too.
you
like,
can't
what
say
do
that
you?"
to the boss.
Yes,
but
you can.
No,
See,
you
that's
can't.
the problem. We would have been fired.
Yeah,
Like,
fire me. You stand up. Listen out, everybody listening.
We
You
all
stand
big
up
up
for
in here.
yourself, and you
Yes.
stand up for what's right every single time, and
Agreed.
everything will work out. You afraid that you're gonna miss your coins? You're afraid that you're gonna miss your opportunity, but God has something bigger. Like this was not meant for you. What's meant for you will be for you. So
Well, she's
I don't
about
want
to
to hear
get some
that.
coins because that check is gonna be super nice. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be super nice. She's like, I got the check and I didn't even have to dance no more.
Well,
Go ahead, girl. Get that money.
and now she gotta live with post-stress
No.
disorder or whatever because somebody
she
called her fat.
traumatized
She,
and all
yeah,
that.
whatever.
No, what's gonna happen is she's gonna.
Well, you're saying, but they're claiming that they put themselves through this traumatic
listen.
experience and blah 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 blah. So yeah,
yeah, but a check makes a lot of PTSD go away.
I bet.
Right? You're like, oh, let me go ahead and take this little vacation real quick. Oh, it's all right. I'll get another light in a second. I'll
is
get another light.
happening?
If you're listening, one of my studio lights went out because the bat. I neglected
Rell
to
studio
charge
light
it.
one. My camera never works. The light's going out.
Well, you know what? It's because you got bad energy.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
shit. How
Don't do
that
that.
switch?
Wow.
I don't know, man. You got the sound.
Maybe it's your energy why, which is why it's not working. It's
It
your
could be.
it's your equipment.
It's me talking about Lizzo.
That's you know, you just took that right out my
That
head.
was Lizzo. Right?
It's you and Lizzo right now.
Poor Lizzo.
Figure it out, girl. You'll get it.
She's gonna be all right. She's gonna get her therapy. She's gonna be like Tory Lanez. Ooh, you know.
Apples and oranges.
Very.
I don't think so.
He shot someone.
Yes, he did.
She ain't shoot nobody.
She broke a heart.
She just mentally fucked them up.
Maybe.
Now that I think about it, I think that's a little worse.
Right. You know, them bullet wounds are healed.
They'll heal.
Then, you know.
You can take it out.
She gonna be dancing, crying. Man, Lizzo said I was fat.
Don't move this way. No.
Could you imagine if somebody like that's probably worse off than you, that you feel like is worse off than you, talks about you in such a way? Like, I don't know, because I don't want to use the size thing as an example. Like, you ugly. It's like somebody really ugly was like, damn, you's ugly. You'd be offended. Like, how the fuck you gonna
No, I
call me
wouldn't.
ugly? No.
But like, there's something wrong with you mentally if you think.
That is so calm. That is such a calm. I love it. She's like,
I mean,
There's
"How
something
dare
wrong with
you?"
you mentally.
You just need like people need thicker skin or something. Like I don't know what it is.
You can catch somebody on a bad day. You can catch somebody on a bad day.
Yeah, then there's those people whose every day is a bad day.
Yeah, because they need therapy. Insert the therapy ad. For yeah, better help. Get yourself.
1-800 mental health. Provide the number on the bottom if you were thinking about things. Call this
Oh
number.
my god.
Look at that, better help. Can you sponsor our podcast,
Right.
please?
I've realized, like with mental health, I've realized with me personally, I can't deal. Let me not say deal. I don't have enough patience to deal with someone who has to deal with anxiety or depression or a whole bunch of stuff every day. Like it's a lot for people.
Yes.
That's not like I've noticed like I have people in my life who I care about, so I'm gonna be there for them. But for those who I'm just cool with and they deal with certain things, I'm like, you hit me when you're able to.
Yeah, you don't have the capacity.
I don't have the capacity because the thing is like they'll tell me their issues and a lot of it is solvable. Your issues that you're dealing with are solvable. You just have to make a decision. And you're so stuck in this circle of trying to make a decision that you're going to stay in this predicament until you make a decision to change your life. And you can change your life. You have these options. You're just not making a decision and you would just rather be stuck in your situation. And that's what frustrates me with certain people when it comes to anxiety and depression and all that stuff.
Well,
It's not
yeah.
the same for everybody.
I
Granted.
know.
It's
I know.
not.
You just
I
have
know
to
it's
be-
not.
I think it's just that's when you have to have that empathy And you also have
Yeah,
to
and I
be
just cut
like,
it short because that's my way of just be like, all right, well.
so you gotta learn to just listen. Sometimes it's not even about, they just need somebody
But
to listen.
and sometimes they don't share because talking about it brings up the anxiety.
So we know who's
Don't.
not to go to in this room if you got
No,
social.
she would
No,
listen.
I will listen, but when
Oh,
you're
you got
listening to
one
the
listening.
same, no, if you're repeating the same issue every week, every month, every year, it's like
Baby, it's you.
It's always them.
just
Yeah.
make your decision so you can move forward.
Yeah, it's but if they're in survival mode, and that's what people tend to don't understand. Like if you're in survival mode, you can't think clearly. If you're in it, it's hard to see things clearly because you're in the midst of it. You're in survival mode, right? And like I had a whole argument. In fact, I stopped liking this dude after this. Like we were cool,
Yeah.
and we were just talking about all the homeless people, all the panhandlers. And he's like, oh, he's sitting. He's got a Mercedes. He has a business. He's
Married?
no. he's
Like-
he had his family did well, right?
Okay.
And they worked hard for it. It wasn't, they worked
Yeah.
hard, but whatever, right? So he's sitting there comfortable. We're sitting with the fellas, smoking cigars, having drinks, and he starts talking about how if I was ever homeless, I would take a few dollars and I would go to the dollar store and I would get food from there.
Few dollars from where?
Well, like from panhandling, right?
okay.
Like, but he was rationalizing this elaborate plan.
Of what he
Oh,
was
That's
what
doing.
have
not
we
how
do?
it works, bro.
Right.
Right. And I'm trying to get him to understand that, yes, you can think clearly when you're sitting here smoking a $20 cigar, having this $15 thing. Like, you're comfortable. So, yes, you have all the mental capacity in the world to just problem solve. I said, but if you don't know where your next meal's coming from, you don't have a place to stay, you're in survival mode, it is hard to think on that level.
Correct.
He wouldn't get it. He just wouldn't. He was like, no, I'm sure that I would be able to do it.
But usually, I'm not a professional on this, but usually, like he's saying, like, oh, I'll go clean myself up. That's usually not the issue. It's like keeping regular employment. So, okay, where are you going to shower every day? Do you have an address to put on your,
Facts.
those things?
Do you have your ID? Do you have a birth
Right.
certificate?
Those
Do
are
you
the
have
things that
social?
prevent people from getting out of the hole. It's not that they can't save up a couple dollars to get some soap and,
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, if you're in survival mode, like, how hard is it to think clearly when you're tired or you're hungry? Like, if you get hungry and tired, it gets
Right.
very hard to make good decisions. Just in a moment of being tired or sleepy. But if you've been that way for weeks or months or whatever, no, you ain't fucking thinking clearly. You're not thinking like, I got this $20 and I can walk into the dollar store and get some stuff there. Like, so
You broke up
people-
for him because of his thought on that?
well, I mean, that was just the straw for me
okay.
that broke it. There was a lot of arrogance. He's just a very arrogant person. But it was at that point that I'm like, oh, you a whole asshole. Like you were just so. And it might have been this imagery of him sitting there holding his glass
drink.
with his drink with under on his palm and with his cigar and his leg
I see
crossed.
clearly.
And yeah, and I'm like, man, fuck out of here,
Yeah.
man. So it's just I don't care for people who can't even try to have empathy.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to not understand the situation, but then when it's presented to you, not
try
by
to
just one
empathize
person,
with
but
it.
by a couple people, and they're just like, hey, and you're still like, no, fuck you. So, but we now know Jazzy and her, she got short patience for people. So how many listens are you going to give a person before you're like, yo,
I'll give you maybe 6 months of the same listens.
that's good.
That's a long time.
That's actually, that's way longer. That's about 5 months longer than I thought. Well, actually 5 months, 4
I'll give you a
weeks,
good
and
6 months,
days longer.
depending on what the listen is. Because if you got a plan to make your move, all right, you need a few months to plan it. But if it's something that you can just go and do
Yeah.
it, like you just stalling. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't work that way. I can't just stall. Like if I have a problem, I try my best to fix it, or I have my resources. I have my friends. I have the internet. There are ways to find another way to get it done.
Gotcha. Yeah. Now a lot of people just
A lot of people don't want to hear that.
no. It's not that they don't want to hear it. It's just they really don't see it.
Yeah.
Because I have these passengers in my car all the fucking time, and I be solving their problems in 10 to 15 minutes. Like they're just, and it's like they're like, wow, I never thought about it like that. It's like,
Different
Wow,
perspective.
not.
yeah. It's like, yeah, man, just go ahead and just
Walk down the block.
right. It's like, yo, man, just you don't like your job, get a fucking other job.
Get a new one.
Oh, that easy, right?
Oh yeah.
Just
I
get
didn't
another
think I
job.
could do
Yeah, well, that's the beginning of it. It's like, well, what would you like to do?
Well, first you need a resume. A resume. How do you do that?
Well, I mean, it was like the girl, because some people don't know what they don't know.
That is true. You mentioned about the girl with the checking account.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
she didn't know.
that's true.
People don't know. They don't realize it, or they just don't think, or they don't believe enough in themselves to
they
have
could
that
get
thought on their own. So having
They just
somebody
don't know
else,
any better.
Yeah.
So when I say it in that way, I say it intentionally that way because it's like, oh shit,
You really didn't know.
I could just get another job, and it's like, yo. Start applying for the jobs that you want. Well, what if they say no? If they say no, they say no.
Yeah.
You're fine. Don't quit your current job until you get the new job.
Right.
But sometimes people need to hear it in that way just to get them going. So I don't know what the fuck they do after they get out the car. They get out and give me the finger as I'm driving off thinking I saved another life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, man, I'm happy we're here on this Tuesday. We're killing it on the reel. Shout out again to Sir Marvelous. Because that reel is
Handling business.
We killing it on that one reel. If only that shit could monetize. Goddamn.
I wish.
I know. So
They took that away. They don't do that anymore.
I know they have gifts.
Yeah, which
You
is
can
so
get
stupid.
Oh, when people are like, ride it like a cowgirl. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good.
The AI?
Yes.
You did that so well.
What is that?
You might
Like,
be missing out on
why?
some
She
money.
did that so
You
well.
missing out on some money. What's
So
up?
if they throw a hot dog at you as a gift, what you gonna do?
Ooh, no pork. It's like, just kidding.
Yo, it's crazy because when I first saw her like that doing it, I'm like, yo, that turned me on, right?
Did it? Because I'm
did.
trying to like wrap my mind around what about it turned you
what
on.
is
Her
it?
voice and like the way she like when she does and she makes her mouth do the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, because she's attractive, right? And her
Yeah.
voice is soothing. I'm like, oh my God, she's turning me on, and I'm embarrassed by this because this is some bullshit. I
Yeah,
don't even
it's-
understand what's happening, right?
Yeah.
But then
Did you send her
I
a gift?
followed her, and then I started watching some of her videos, and I'm like, oh, she speaks like that for real. I guess maybe this is a character, but she sounds like she's like. I'm not
Yes,
gonna say
when she's yelling at her child, she does not break. Like, that's what she sounds like.
Yeah. Well, she
Yeah.
kind of sounds different, but all I know is like, all right, you're annoying, and now I'm no longer turned on. But initially, see, that ice cream's so good. I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, yo. I don't understand why this is appealing. But now that lasted like literally 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes of me like, oh, let me go through and look at her
Unfollow.
But they're making a lot. They're saying like they get like 7,000 a week.
I bet.
I thought it was a day.
Is it a day? Even more. Like, that's crazy.
Because every time, like, I believe what's happening is when they throw the icon
They throw
thing,
out items. That's money.
that's money. So when she's just doing it, so she's just
Acting
so
like she's getting it.
So imagine every 30 a second. She can
Yeah.
do it a second at a time. So, and I don't know how much each thing she makes off of it, but if you can do a thing every second and a half, an hour, 60 minutes, you know what I mean? You're
That's
just
wild.
and she's probably doing it faster than a second. I seem so good. Like
But isn't it they're sending it and she's making a reaction to what
To
is
each
on
thing,
whatever
yes.
comes up on the
yeah.
screen.
So yeah, but what I'm saying, she's not controlling what she's getting. People
No.
are just tuning
Whatever,
in
she's
and
just-
sending
Yeah,
them
because
money.
you could go in, you can press, and they send
Yeah.
it to her, and it's the icons. They charge for those icons.
That's
It
so
could be
crazy
like
to me.
$3 for a fucking
Like,
icon.
I would
and they get sent.
never.
Yeah, because that's waste of money. These are
'Cause
for people who sit home all
Stuck
day,
at home, man. They stuck at
can't
home.
get out.
I went into the wrong profession.
We all did.
Like, there's time.
What we doing?
At any time, at
New
any
plan.
moment. At any moment, you can be a sex worker. And at this point, with the kind of money you can make, you can judge me all the way.
Like,
I don't even give a
fuck.
fuck. Right? You can judge me as I'm getting on this plane to go to such and such.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, because ultimately, no matter, the way that I look at it is, no matter how frivolous I may think it is, she's bringing a moment of joy for
To somebody,
Like,
yeah.
and that's what it really comes down to. Like,
Well,
we
of
should-
course, they're
yeah.
spending the money for her to do it. Like, it's entertaining and doing something for someone.
And you have
for
she has
a
her
lot of people.
fans that
Yeah.
look forward to seeing her every day at 8 a.m. I'm just throwing a time out there. I don't know, but
And I understand it too because like I don't watch her much anymore, but I used to watch this girl who used to do makeup on Facebook. Like she would go live every evening, do makeup, and I used to like see her do her makeup, and she would talk.
tutorials,
And
yeah.
now she's famous. She was able to buy a house. She has 2 kids. Like it's like crazy how much money she was able to make of just going live. So I understand how you can get sucked into
It's not sucked in. It's just you're chasing your passion. I mean, like,
No, I'm talking about like you as a viewer.
Oh, as a viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the people turn into friends in your head. You know, they become part of your regular thing.
Social media family.
Yeah, so I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, at any point in time, you want to go in there and do your version of what she does. I ain't gonna be mad at you. I help you out. I help you out.
Brandon will have to set up for you.
Right.
Yeah, shit.
Your light ain't going off that time.
Nope.
I don't know. I feel like I should do some like ASMR.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
What's ASMR?
Like how you said you could hear me putting on my
Oh, okay.
my lip gloss.
They can pay for that too.
Lip gloss be popping. Yeah, I mean all of it. Like you can make money doing almost anything. You just have to be passionate about it and really want to follow through and committed to it. So, you know, well, I guess we should, you know, this is going to be all wrapped up. So this is just God be just smiling down on us, right? Programming. So, you know, I have my play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And then, you know, I was going to do the history fact. And this kind of all just wraps into one amalgamation of things, right? So I know we are proud of our people for what happened on that dock in Alabama. Or how proud are you? How proud of you?
The Alabama Tea Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
That's
proud
crazy.
are you? Like,
I'm still seeing videos come out.
Different angles and shit. Yeah.
and I have to give props to the little white guy that tried to help. Did you see him in the beginning?
No.
So my man, hold on. So my man,
I was wondering what you were doing with that.
I got my black hat on. For those of you listening, so when he throws his hat up, I just threw my hat, listeners. And he start fighting. He goes on the ground. I think the kid that piloted the captain, because you know he was a captain of the ferry, or he was a co-captain. So the way it worked out was for 2 hours they were trying to get that pontoon boat to move on the loudspeaker or whatever. Finally got on a little dinghy, whatever. The two of them go over. The black guy, the captain, he unmoored the pontoon thing, and then that's when all hell broke loose. And so when he hit the ground, when he got tackled, the boy tried to go and pull
The guy
off of him, and then another white guy pushed him, and he goes out of frame. And I guess at that point in time, he was like, I tried.
I did what I could.
I did what I could. But yeah, so I don't understand what is wrong with people. Like, why would you not move your pontoon boat?
And you know, what I saw first was just like the brawl. I'm like, what in the world happened? And then more things came out. So a ferry was trying to come into dock, but there was the pontoon boat tied up there, so they couldn't bring in the ferry. And then I'm like, so that's what caused all this.
That's what happened. And when he threw his hat up, that was a signal. That was the bat signal.
They all came.
Yeah, that was so insane.
So, you know, and that just, so the history fact of that is that dock was like from, like, I think 1870 was the last time that slaves were dropped off at that dock. So I feel like the ancestors, the spirits in that moment was like, yo, let's get it on. That 16-year-old jumping off the ferry and swimming into the fight.
I saw so many different memes. One was like, I'm gonna tell my children these are the Avengers.
They were like Aquaman. I understand like they were fighting to defend uncle's honor and stuff, but I was like scared of like they're gonna get in trouble.
No.
They're not?
No.
Okay, that's the only
one
thing.
guy is.
Which
I forget
one?
his name. They said his name on the sheriff. They want to talk to him with the chair. My man with the chair. Because he did hit that lady and she was on the ground. She was like you can't when somebody's on the ground and no longer a threat, you cannot put your hands on them. You cannot. That's just so he clocked the shit out of her.
He wanted to make sure she didn't get back up.
She just held her head. First of all, where the fucking chair come from?
I don't know. Like, yeah. They were like, hey, Sonya got a chair up there when she collecting the tickets. Like,
I'm just so proud. I can't, like, every time I watch the clip over and over again, I'm like, yup, play stupid games,
win stupid
prizes. All you had to do was, first of all, not moor your pontoon boat to a moor that is clearly designed for a larger vessel. That part, like, Okay, so maybe that was the only more available at that time. But now you have to go ahead and move your shit. Like, I don't understand why you would not move your shit for
Was
Big
he
Ass
not
Ferry.
there to move it? Like, I'm
Nah,
confused.
it was 2 hours. They were on this loudspeaker, everything. No, they were just like, no, we ain't moving. We're here. That was a white privilege.
And then, like, why were you, like, you know you're not supposed to be parked here, right? Or you parked there, someone told you can't park there. You clearly see the vessel out there that we're trying to bring in.
Yeah.
Like, move it. Like, and then you're going to fight me and get aggressive with me because I'm doing my job? Mm-hmm. No, ma'am.
They're lucky that they didn't just say, fuck it, and hit the...
Yeah.
Like they could have done it. Like,
But
really,
then that
truly,
would have messed up their vessel, so.
No.
Or the ferry.
It would have just...
No.
You see how big that fucking ferry was?
I know it's
was
big,
huge.
but...
It was huge.
Still would have caused any damages?
It's a ferry.
Or mess up the dock. I don't know. There has to be a reason why they didn't do it.
No, you don't,
But
because
it
they're
was an
human.
accident.
Because they're human. Like, it's the humanity. Like, they didn't do it because it's like...
There was
there's
no
a whole
humanity
lot of,
in that video.
Because if he had done it, then he would have gotten in trouble. Like, you know, you just...
Now you're attempted murder over here.
Right.
You ain't trying to do all
That's the
that.
thing. But, like, really, that could have been the... Like, they could have been like, we didn't see him there, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, these people, these MAGA people, y'all don't understand. Like, we sick and tired. We tired and
Y'all
sick
gonna
of the
find the
bullshit.
right one.
They found the right one.
And the right day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all them people.
Many more to come.
So yes,
And I was sad because I'm like, wow, was it 4? How many of them? I'm like, all of
Like
you
4 or 5, yeah.
are ganging up and you're going to beat this
my
older
God.
man. Like, you, yeah.
And then they all came through.
yeah, well,
Yeah, you thought you knew what it was about to be and you found out.
I'm sure they were drunk. I'm sure they were drunk. I mean, that's the boating coat culture, though. That's what people do.
Yeah,
they don't even go out on the water because fuel is so expensive. So they're
just
like,
sit in it.
they sit in the thing. So I'm sure he probably was drunk, and that's probably why they didn't move it. They're like, I can't pilot it because I'm drunk. Whatever. But
You weren't drunk enough to throw those hands, so you got what you wanted.
So this is current Black history. This date will live in infamy.
You know that the calendar that they have that comes out now, like on the Shade Room, and like last month was like Usher and Kiki's thing and Carly's thing.
Yeah.
This month is
It's gonna be
already
this.
Yes. So that is current Black history. But yeah, it's just fitting because of that port being a major port for the enslaved to come through and whatnot. So I promised happy history for the next time, and this is the happiest of history. So yeah, I'm excited.
That was a good one.
Yay! Where's the applause? Let me see if I can find the applause. Yes, I know you guys can't hear it.
Shout out to the contestants. Hopefully.
Oh, they're gonna. I mean, they're misdemeanors. They're not. I mean, they're gonna get fined and stuff like that. It's not as if like life is over for them, but it's got to be embarrassing.
Oh, for sure. Their faces are messed up.
One of them posted.
It was fake. That was fake. That was fake, but it was good.
What did he post? What fake post?
I forgot what was it.
It's a guy. He got 2 black eyes, and he has like his nose is clearly broken. He was like, basically, I messed with the wrong one. Like, I fuck around and found out.
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, turns out that 65-year-old man could really fucking throw him.
That's what it was.
I can't remember his name, but he posted like all these other like videos of like white people terrorizing Black people. And there was like one video where the guy, I don't know if he was delivering something, but this white man just kept coming towards him and he was like, sir, please back up. And the guy keeps walking forward. He's like, sir, if you step to me again, I'm going to punch you in your face and I'm going to knock you out. And then you see him step forward, and then all of a sudden it's like a shuffle, and then the camera comes up again. The man is busted all over his face, and he's like, "I told you. Now we gotta wait for the cops.
Now we gotta deal with these motherfuckers."
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
it. Fuck around and find out. I think that psychologically, and I know you're ready to go. Jazz is like, hey, bounce. But I think for a lot of these people, they don't understand that, like, when we see images of slavery and all of that, what we see is white people dominating Black people. We don't see the resistance. We don't see Black people getting fucking white people up because they would have never shown that. So in our history, we're always seeing
it was
that
erased because they didn't want the word to spread that it could happen.
it could happen.
The possibility.
And so I think the people today, they think that black people are soft. Like, it's crazy because they're either super terrified of us or they're like, they think we're meek. And it's like, no, all throughout history, black people were fighting and they were fucking white people up. And they were fighting and resisting and whatnot. So we're not punks. So if you think you're going to just roll up on a 60-year-old boat captain and not think that he's going to square up with you over some shit.
He usually waiting for you. He like, give me a reason.
But you have to think about it too. Like, I don't know if these people from the pontoon boat are originally from the South, but like the culture, like black culture, not everyone, but there's some people that are still affected by slavery. Like, there's still people who don't look white people in the eye and call them sir or ma'am. You know, like a friend of mine moved from, they live here around DC and they live in Alabama now. And they're like, the culture's like so crazy and like the respect that they show them. Mostly the older generation, the black people still show the white people is from slavery days, you know? And it was such a culture shock to them because they're like, why are you stepping out the way? Like, and it's like little things.
Yeah.
But it's like ingrained.
Yeah.
I wonder if like
maybe they didn't think
white
it was gonna
people
happen.
over there, when they interact with your friend, they're like, oh.
Yeah, it does happen. And, you know, he's a rocket scientist and he works for, so they're like, oh, what, you work for this company? And they're like, he's like, yeah. Oh, so you clean there? What do you do? No, you know,
rocket
scientist.
Scientist.
Yeah, so they're like, he's like the
I'm the
biggest
one
thing
who helps
since
make
sliced
your
bread.
medication.
Yeah. So
the echoes, the ripples. So shout out to the Alabama Tea Party. Let's keep the energy going. Let's be strong, supportive, all that stuff. So what do you have, J Figs?
I have an Am I an Asshole?
Uh-oh.
Am I an asshole for asking my husband to use condoms when sleeping with me?
This is why we get married. We do not have to use condoms. But go ahead.
let her read it.
My husband cheated on me 3 years ago while I was at work. He is a stay-at-home dad. He cheated with a mom from the playground in my own town. Long story short, I chose to forgive him. I tried separation, but it was so hard on me. I work all the time, and I have bad anxiety from babysitters because of past experiences. He is a great dad. We reconciled, and everything is fine now. We're almost back to how it was before. I told him before we got back together that I wanted to open the marriage on his end. But then I never wanted to know, and never ever in my home again, and that he used protection with them. He said he didn't want that because he regretted cheating, and he adamantly refused to agree to my only condition. But I was so adamant that this was the only condition for reconciliation. So he eventually said yes. We don't have sex as often now, but on the few occasions, I want him to use protection. I use IUD, so he doesn't think it's necessary, but I do. He said he is upset that I think he is meeting others, but I'm not interested in hearing if he is sleeping with others or not, as it was my condition. So I told him that I don't want to hear it. Just that this is what makes me comfortable sleeping with him. He is very upset. Am I out of line? Am I being the asshole?
Oh, look at me. Well, first of all, you're never out of line for honoring boundaries that you need to have in order to be comfortable, especially if when it comes to you protecting your physical health and your emotional health. So no, I don't think she's the asshole, but I think that she has overly complicated their relationship by kind of forcing him into sleeping with other women.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I think she was trying to say, like, clearly kind of like you think, like, you don't own anybody and, you know, that you should give people free will. Like, if you want to try other people, like, I will let you do it. I'm fine with that. But my only thing is I want to use condoms to make sure that I'm safe.
I know,
like,
but
I feel like it's not.
But her condition was that he used condoms with other women. So if I'm like, all right, well, damn, so I can fuck everybody, including you, but I gotta always wear a condom. That part,
because maybe she thinks that he or knows that he's not using condoms, or she can't be 100% sure. Maybe. So to protect herself, that's what she's doing.
Right.
And if that's not what you wanted, you should have agreed to it.
Who, the husband?
Yeah.
He didn't agree to it initially. She forced
it. And then he went along with it.
Because she forced it.
Yeah,
she probably
stand your ground.
That's
Lord,
not no.
we're not in Florida.
Rell.
Like, she's saying, like, okay, to get back together, let's you can have I don't know what you even call that because it's not open marriage, but one-sided open marriage,
It's
whatever.
open.
It's
But
open
one-sided.
for him. Yeah, it's open for him. Wild.
Well, she's choosing not to make it open for her, right?
I know,
Even though
but
he said he doesn't want it open.
Yeah, so she's
Like
forcing.
he fucked up. He knows what the fuck just happened. He don't want to open marriage.
man, you should just be happy you still have your wife. And if
Well,
you
he's
don't want
trying to-
it,
he's
Trying
divorce
to be
it.
happy to have her, but she's like, nah, you're not gonna fuck me unless you got a condom on.
She actually like it's almost as if she's forcing him out into the world, like
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
can
mean?
see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all right, like don't forgive a person. Don't forgive a person if you're not going to treat them as a person you're forgiving. And to me, it sounds like she's just continuing to punish him. Like she sent him out there. It's like, all right, you can go and do your thing because then at least she knows, like she feels like she has control now. Like, well, you can't cheat on me now because I gave you permission to go out there and do your thing. So she's taking that potential hurt off the table. Like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know. Like, you do your thing and cool. But to not have, like she's saying they don't have sex that often anymore. And then when we do have sex, I got to wear a condom. Now I got to wear a condom with these other women that I guess we're assuming that he's sleeping with other women because we're not even sure that he's doing it. He could have been like, sure, all right, fine, I'm all right. I can go out there and sleep with other people, whatever, but I'm not going to do it. But like we've been having condomless sex all these years, and now I gotta act like a single man. Really, Rell. Really.
Like you said, do whatever makes you feel comfortable for your own personal health. The trust is broken. Like, I understand, like, you forgave him and, like, you want your marriage to work. But if that's what makes you feel comfortable because he has the potential of having multiple partners.
That she put into play. I don't like that. No, she's not the asshole, but
You're
I
just
don't
being
think
I
she's
mean, he
doing-
was having multiple partners even before
your
she did.
requests
So
are being unfair. Like you're not gonna. You want him to use a condom with them, and then you want him to use a condom with you, but you're reconciling.
reconciliation.
Yeah, you're reconciling your marriage. So did you forgive him or not?
Doesn't sound
So let
like
me
she
ask you
has.
this. If she didn't have the IUD and she just didn't want to get pregnant, she's not on birth control, she didn't want to get pregnant, and that was the reason for her wanting to use condoms, would that be okay?
Yeah. To me.
Yeah.
That would be okay?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's trying to, like, you're mitigating an outcome. Like, you don't want to have kids.
Okay,
Like,
she's mitigating an outcome, a potential for STIs. So what's
Yeah.
the difference?
because she has, look, then say he can not wear condoms with the women he's out there sleeping with.
But
I
then
don't
he's putting
understand
his
the
health at risk.
Right, but that's his health to put at risk.
Right, it's his decision.
It's his decision. Like, I don't,
And she's putting her health at risk because you can,
doesn't sound like it.
I don't know.
See, they're not having a whole lot of sex. And
Right.
when they're
Girl,
having
just
sex
break up
with
with
each
him.
other- Yeah, she's not forgiving. Like, that's not,
It's not your fault. You're not the asshole.
Or put
Yeah.
different boundaries or have different requests
Or-
to make it for him to like at least give him a fair shot of trying to do better.
yeah.
And and I don't think that's what's happening. It's not fair. You set these regulations that you want for
Right.
both aspects, and it's like, well, damn. Like, what if he wants to be? He doesn't even want the open marriage. He doesn't want it. He wants to be with you. He fucked up. All right, work your way onto trying to fix it or start over.
Right.
She won't even give him that chance. It's like, no, you want to be with me? You got to do this and you got to do that. Oh, and by the way, when we're fucking, I don't want that inside me unless you got a condom on.
It's probably like a mental thing for her too.
Yeah.
Like she's probably still disgusted and
So she ain't forgive him.
yeah, she didn't.
Because I'm sorry, she said we had separation, but I had too much anxiety. Stop it.
Here you
Right.
go with the
Stop
anxiety.
it.
I know.
Because it's the anxiety about being with someone when you should be able to learn how to be alone. He cheated on you.
But that's
How long-
hard.
like,
Like,
where's
you know,
the-
people are like marriage and they have the kids. They don't want to mess that
I
up.
bet you, I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why he cheated is because it wasn't happening at home anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or he could just want to feel like the man because he doesn't work and he's a stay-at-home dad.
No,
And
because usually what happens with stay-at-home parents that end up fucking other stay-at-home parents
Not
is
giving you
because
attention.
yeah, it's attention. It's like I'm not getting attention, respect, whatever. I'm not getting it from home, and here's somebody that has the same situation. We got compatible problems, and we can be a solution for those problems. So it's not. It's one thing if he's just like running the streets just to run the streets, like I'm just out here doing this thing, but he made a connection with one of the parents that he probably saw at the park every day, which actually kind of makes it worse because it's like there's an emotional component to it, not just a physical. But I would imagine, based on her reasoning for, like, her solutions to how they should move forward, she sounds like she's a pain in the ass.
I mean, but I feel like coming back from cheating is not an easy thing.
Not at all. No.
So, like, that's just her trying to figure it out. Because I can tell you right now, like, I can't tell you right now. You don't know what you're gonna do until you get like,
Right.
You know,
Right.
until you're in it. Like, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. Like,
Right. But I'm saying, man, like, do you like condom sex?
Yes, I do. It's very safe.
Sassy.
Have another one here.
What'd you say?
She got another one here because she's going to avoid the question. All right, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yes,
No,
you
it's
do. It's
always
very
better.
safe.
You know, it's always better.
It's always better with condoms.
Yeah, sure. You
Yeah,
know,
me too.
Oh God.
don't do that. All those methods that I would hear about how people would use other things
Like
instead of
mud.
condoms.
Mud.
Like what?
They pack.
No, they'll do like plastic wrap,
Oh yeah, you gotta be.
or they
desperate
would
as
do.
hell.
What
Yeah.
did they do? Like just the things you would hear, like if they didn't have a condom. Like some people would use a plastic wrap. What else would they use?
I know back in the day, they used to use mud. Like the one female would take mud and pack it in so it would block the semen.
I never heard of that.
You know, there
Mud?
used to be a plant. Like, just shows you how much we fucked. There was a plant that women could take that was birth control.
Oh yeah.
And it's extinct because he picked that plant to death. Motherfuckers was like, let me run out to the field. I'll be right back. Hold that pose right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that plant no longer exists. They used it to its existence.
It has to be somewhere.
No.
What was the name of the plant? You got. If
I
it's
gotta
not
look it
on
up.
Google,
It's in Greece. It's in that part of, and you know the Greeks, man, they freaking
They was getting it
Yeah,
in.
man. All
Oh,
the things.
Lord.
all the things.
So yeah, if she wanted to have condoms, I'm like, man, she wasn't down for the pounding. She wasn't trying to be in Pound Town.
And maybe
like that.
she's just trying to. Maybe she's not attracted to him anymore, and that's her way to get out of having sex with him because she knows that.
Just get a divorce,
Right.
Or go separate yourselves for a bit. So maybe y'all need to miss each other. Maybe y'all need to start over.
maybe you have
babysitters
sex
it
without
up.
condoms.
Babysitters, no, babysitters are expensive. She got free babysitting at home.
I don't know what
She ain't trying to
Get
give that
a
up.
job and he could pay for daycare.
No, they got a good. They got a good. She's worked it out. She's actually ended the relationship without ending the relationship. You go do your thing. Go run the streets. Just when you touch me, you got to have PPE gear on. That's what she's done. That's all she's done. She's effectively She's ended the relationship without having to end the relationship. And you're right. She probably doesn't want to fuck him, and that's why she's like, all right, well, you gotta wear a condom. And he's like, oh, I don't want it to be over because he knows that it's over. She's just wait till them kids are old enough.
And leaving his
Yep,
behind.
that's all. That's what happened.
And she still strings him along to cope with her anxiety.
I mean, she's
and
good.
he's there.
She's the breadwinner.
Yeah, I think she likes having him there.
Well,
And
yeah,
that's
you
it.
still gotta pay.
Yeah.
She because if they get a divorce, guess who's got to pay the child support and the alimony?
Yeah.
He's a stay-at-home dad. She knows what's up.
That's her anxiety.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We went separated for
There
a
you
little bit,
go.
and I started thinking, oh, the anxiety of all the money you're gonna take from me. No, we'll make it work, babe. No
Yeah.
problem.
Smart.
Wild.
Yeah, she's very. Y'all
That's what it
ladies
was.
are extra smart.
We're devious.
Look how we work through that shit.
It took some time.
Sometimes like, wait
Now
a
we know.
minute.
'Cause I'm over this whole anxiety bullshit sometimes. I'm just so over it.
She's like, man, cheaper to keep him. Go ahead, run the streets, homie.
Do your thing.
Speaking
Put
of
a
running the
cap on.
streets,
Uh-oh.
this is a Six Brown Chicks
Shit.
episode.
Okay.
So, had a wild night in Vegas for my fraternity brother's birthday. I left my wife and son at home. I don't ever get high, but the birthday cookies had drugs baked into them.
Oh, God.
Everything sweet to eat were edibles. I woke up in my hotel room with permanent marker on my forehead that said Lonnie's Hoe. I don't remember Lonnie, but she robbed me, uploaded our sex video to Pornhub, and then locked me out of my account. My wife hasn't seen the video, but I know someone downloaded them. What to say, do when my wife confronts me? I'm scared I'll lose everything.
You always want to get ahead of it, bruh. So just you tell her
Yeah.
that you got drugged and shit
You got
popped
Roofie,
off.
You got Pill Cosby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah. Pill Cosby.
That's the
they
only
got
way
me.
you're going to get out of it. Say that.
Because the lies make it worse. the lies make it worse, and it's just he's got evidence. Like I would take a picture with the Lonnie's hoe on my forehead,
He'd be like,
all of
"Babe,
that.
What the
I
fuck?
don't know what
Or
happened."
just call her on FaceTime. She'll be like, what is on your head? What are you talking about? Play stupid.
I don't know what
I don't
happened.
know what happened. What the
Well,
fuck?
he doesn't know what happened.
That
He
is
wouldn't be
true.
lying.
But he got robbed.
Listen,
Yeah.
I would go to the clinic. I would get the test and have the test results and be like, look, I made sure I'm good. Look, babe, I'm telling you everything that happened. Like, as I know it. That's all you can do.
I'm coming home right now. Fuck this shit.
Shit.
And they robbed him. Like, dang.
Yo, I would love to know what Lonnie looked like.
Sound like a guy named me.
Plot twist.
No.
Lonnie's hoe.
Oh, you can't hear this, but
Allegedly.
I said allegedly. No, but he really does need to get ahead of that. He need you can't because he was victimized. Now he set that thing in motion. Like, what was you doing hanging with Lonnie? But
He was hot. Well,
I mean, at some point, you know what I mean? Like, how did the night develop? Like, did you get high first and then you ran into Lonnie and the women?
That's
or
true.
Were you hanging out and Lonnie was like, "Yo, you want this cookie?" And then and she probably didn't even. Oh, there's the video. There's a video. Whoa, wow.
I feel like this is a little suspicious. Like, I feel like you know a little bit more. Because how did you know about the sex video? And how did you know that it was uploaded to Pornhub if, Lonnie was gone?
You know, I watch porn sometimes, but she got into my account and she uploaded and locked me out. I can't even get into it.
Oh. So, like, you woke up with Lonnie's hoe on your forehead and the first instinct was for you to watch porn? And then you found out that you were locked out of your Pornhub account?
Yeah, watch it every morning.
Wow.
It's a ritual.
That's crazy.
Yo, I don't know. That sucks. That sucks. That literally sucks. All right. Well, this will do mine. Did you watch the video?
I did.
I saw I've seen it before, so I
My
was
friend
like,
sent
I
it to
remember
me
this.
before you did.
All right. Well,
It's
I
sad.
have some words.
this for you people listening. There's a poor guy here, and it's rough out here in these streets, isn't it? Rell, no.
I mean, I'm in the streets too, but play the video.
Ah, man, here we go.
So I just left the restaurant after waiting 30 minutes for a date to show up, and apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers. I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks, trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day, and the time. You know, I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like, I'm just looking for my person.
That part.
I'm just looking for the one that, I guess, is out there for me. I mean, I want to be somebody's husband someday, father. I'm trying to do everything that's right, and I just get stood up. Like, my feelings didn't even matter. Sitting there eating a meal by myself,
Don't feel bad
realizing
for
that
him.
nobody even cares about people anymore. Like, alien dating shouldn't even be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody. It shouldn't be this difficult to fall in love, to be kind to one another. Like, what, ladies, tell me, what did I do wrong?
You know, it was the
Like, I'm just looking for my person.
that part. Yeah.
I'm just looking for the one that, I guess, is out there for me.
He's trying to find his
that
person.
I'm just looking for my person. That part, that hurt my heart. I felt him on that one.
You know, Gerald, I feel you.
I
Did
felt
you?
so bad for him.
Did
I
you?
felt so bad.
There's lessons to be learned here, though.
He was fed up because he didn't even wait to leave the area. Music playing in the background, crying.
The music was
on-
getting me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And it smacked that all on the floor, smacked that. I was like, I can't. Like, what am I supposed to listen to right
That's what
now?
I'm saying. He's fed up. He's like, I can't wait till I go home. Flowers that he bought ruffling in the background.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Someone will find him. Maybe this
He's
video
a good
got him
guy.
lucky. You never
I feel
know.
bad for
That
him.
man married already.
Not yet, girl. Not yet. Not yet.
No, Gerald. Is his name Gerald? Is that
No, I just made it up. He looks like a
We're gonna
Gerald.
Call him Gerald. Gerald.
He looks like a Gerald, right?
He does. Gerald. Gerald. I would love to know. We gotta get on that AI shit so we can get pictures of the other parties in these areas. I would love to know what Gerald picked. Like who was the
Yeah,
woman?
that's true.
Um,
And like I feel like whoever he was talking to, like it just doesn't seem real. Like I don't know what type of conversations you were having where you thought it was genuine for that person to just stand you up for no reason. Like they must have been getting money out of you, and then they got all they needed.
I think he
Or
would
I
have
don't
mentioned,
know.
you know, and I sent her money to
No,
help
people
her
are embarrassed by
out.
that. I watched 90 Day Fiance.
I don't think Gerald would be embarrassed by that for the simple fact that Gerald put that video out there.
Yeah.
And damn near cried.
It's just like, do people? I've never been set up, so like, how common is that?
It's very common.
Yeah.
But I also feel like Gerald is the type to miss a whole lot of cues.
Very true. Yeah.
I feel like
He looks like he could be easily taken advantage
He's just
of.
desperate.
he's desperate, and desperation is not attractive.
Yeah.
And actually can be scary. You know. Go ahead. So,
I also think, even though you say he seems desperate, he may not know that. Maybe
It's
that's
coming.
just him, like going with the flow, or like just being a nice guy. Like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll meet you here, you know? And whatever conversation they had, like that's the vibe he gives me. Like he seems just one of those very nice guys. And yeah, he probably missed a lot of cues, but in his defense, he probably just doesn't know what those cues are. Like he showed up with flowers.
Right.
A lot of guys don't even do that.
But he was saying he picked the time and the place.
he did everything
So
he did
correctly.
those
everything
are the
right.
red flags for me.
That's not a red flag.
No, women like when you do
Women
that.
love that.
He picked the time and the place.
Yeah. You want to take a woman out on a date, you're setting the date. You're picking the time, you're picking the place. As long as you know when she's
How did that
available.
work out for Gerald?
That's Gerald, but
yeah.
majority of the time, that's
No,
attractive.
All
Yes.
those things, the flowers, the taking control, all of that is great when you're dealing with someone that you both want to deal with each other, right? Like the energies match.
Well, he probably thought that.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. He missed the cues. Like I could imagine him being like, "All right, so we're gonna go out on Saturday," and she's like, "Maybe I don't know."
It could have been through text the whole time. So it could have been, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, you know, can't wait, looking forward to it. And then maybe she saw what he looked like and didn't show up.
But she would have known. Like he dated. How
It was online.
Online,
dating,
yeah,
he
so
saw
he
the
knows
things.
what she looks like.
I imagine Gerald being the kind of person who would push for the date. Like, so we're gonna go out. We're gonna go, and the other person just being like, "All right." I mean, maybe I don't know. We'll see, because that's a favorite line for a lot of women. Like, we'll see.
We'll
have
see
to
is a no.
We'll have, yeah, we'll see. And he's like, "All right, so Saturday at 8:00 at such and such. Okay, I'm gonna be there."
never responded. I want to see. I want to see the
text
messages because I feel like she didn't agree.
She didn't agree. Yeah, I don't think she agreed. I think he took a chance. I think he was like trying to muscle her because he's looking for his person. He is desperate.
And
But
he ate his
it kind
dinner
of
by
leads me
himself.
to
Where are his friends?
And I said he's there eating dinner by himself.
Ain't nobody tell you do that. You shouldn't have take out. You should have took that shit home.
Right.
Gerald. Poor Gerald. Listen, Gerald. Like,
Where are your boys at, Gerald? Like, you ain't telling on your boys. You probably don't even got no boys.
Yeah,
We gonna have
that's
to
sad.
upgrade you. Go get a nice haircut.
But he did his. He looks like
He
his
looked
hair's
fine.
nice. His shirt
Yes.
was nice.
He had himself well put together, you know. But I think he could have done just a little bit more.
Like what?
Did you read those comments?
No, what the comments say? What was wrong with him?
Nothing was wrong with him. I think it just
There was nothing.
He could have.
Okay.
He probably could have upgraded himself a little bit more.
Like what?
Like his hair, he needed a haircut, nice
Did he?
shape up.
Oh,
Gerald, poor Gerald. Gerald, I guarantee you, if you can see the conversation, that woman never agreed to go out to dinner with him.
I agree.
She hit him with the maybes. I don't know. I bet she was very non-committal.
But let's say she did agree.
Okay.
Other side,
All right. And she stood him up?
yes.
Well, maybe she was in a car accident. Maybe she was 45 minutes late. And he had already left. Maybe-
no, he ate a whole meal.
he said 30 minutes, but no,
But
he
he
said
didn't
30.
commit. She ghosted him. She wasn't responding, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Right?
No, he
She
said, I
ghosted him?
guess I'm getting stood up. It's been 30 minutes.
Oh,
I
and she didn't
guess-
respond. Yeah.
And I guess I'm getting stood
Well,
up.
dang, Gerald, you ate in 30 minutes. That's your problem.
Gerald looks like he's probably on the spectrum, you know, and he was like,
See, I
she
didn't
said
say
it-
that. Okay. I just said maybe get a little fresh shape up. He over here talking about he on the spectrum.
Well,
Continue.
everybody were on the spectrums though, but I mean, but he might have been like 8:00 is 8:05 and she's not here. Like he said, 30 minutes. Like
30 minutes, that's late. With no common courtesy,
And no
phone
saying
call,
like, hey,
no
I'm
update.
late,
Hey, I'm
yeah.
running 10 minutes late. I'll be there.
2023, light-skinned women, 30 minutes is that's light work.
No, you should still communicate.
Right.
People are shitty communicators, though. I agree with
Something
you.
simple as, hey, I'm running late. If they don't tell you they're running late, then be glad that she didn't show up. Because you don't want to be with somebody who can't even tell you, hey, I'm running a few minutes late. That's just common courtesy in general. She can't do that for you. You dodged a bullet,
It's
bro.
hard out there.
No, don't give up on us because I used to be that girl.
Yeah, right.
Terrible.
And then somebody had to get me right.
Yeah. How late would you average?
Like
But
an hour.
would you say
Yeah, an
no?
hour.
You being late isn't the issue. It's you not communicating that you're going to be
She ain't
late. You never
communicating.
communicated.
And that's what I.
She didn't
Oh,
communicate.
that's
That's,
right,
what I'm saying. Like,
But I didn't do it on purpose. It was like
I mean,
it was my fault. I learned.
So it was your fault. So you did do it on purpose.
I didn't do it on purpose. It was just like, you know, you're getting ready and you're rushing to get. So me
Did
in
you
my
say,
mind.
"Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm on my way"? When you realized
no,
it,
she just showed up.
so you purposely didn't
I
respond.
didn't. It was purposely.
Rell.
It's like y'all know I live far. I live far from everything. So when I'm running late,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to stop it. Like I know I am better now. I will take the
speaking on
second.
past, Rell.
But yes, but you know, like in my mind, I'm thinking, let me just hurry up and get in the
Right.
car, get ready, and then I will text them and tell them
That
by
you're
then
on your
it's-
way?
Yes, but then you know,
Even though you're an hour late already.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm doing better.
That's terrible.
I'm a better person.
She's a better person. Yo, like for real though. I mean,
That's
that is
wild.
people do that, but I mean, like women, especially women, are really shitty about that kind of shit. And the problem, and I think the reason why is because y'all have so many options. You have so many options. Like it's not hard for a woman for you to get a date.
So you're saying they're not going to communicate that they're late because they have options?
They're not.
They don't have the common courtesy.
They don't have to be common. They don't have to have the courtesy.
They can be
because guess
choosy.
what?
They
Yeah.
should have the.
They, you should, but
I don't know.
But the
I can't
more
relate.
the more abundant something is, the less you value it, right? So if you stay with guys in your DM and every time you go out, there's somebody like you can have a date whenever you want, right? That tends to make you be less thoughtful towards
No, it
most of
doesn't.
the guys, unless it's a guy that you really like.
No.
And if you really,
I think just common courtesy. To me, that's just common
we
courtesy.
Brown Sugar just broke it down to she'd be showing up an hour late with
That's
no
Brown
phone
Sugar.
call, no text,
Terrible.
no email.
I've
no-
done better. I show up. It's very rare that I'm
Well, we're
late.
talking about old Brown Sugar.
Right.
But how many when you post a picture, how many likes
Why
do
you
you get?
look at me like that?
How many likes you get on average?
Maybe 100.
Maybe a fucking, you know what I would do if I got 100 likes on a picture of mine? You couldn't talk to me. You couldn't tell me fucking
you can't.
nothing.
You don't get 100 likes.
just
I get
100
likes and I don't post.
You can look at my. You can look
You
at
post
my
too
shit.
much.
I
That's
don't
why.
get about 100. I just be like, oh,
you
okay,
get
nice.
100. You 100, and you said it humbly, like maybe,
Maybe 100, if that, maybe. Maybe. I don't even hit 100 a majority of the time. Don't go on my page right now. Don't do
You
that.
don't on the majority of the time.
I don't know,
think-
Brandon. You go on my page and see.
No, I'm trying to pull up my shit to show you my little. I get like 20 likes. I'm like, yo, I'm on the shit right now. Yo, see,
This is what social media do for you.
What?
Stay off it.
Stay off social media.
no, because if you would get, I mean, I'm not bothered by it.
No, yeah.
Like it's just, but I accept the fact that for me, unless I do a shirtless pic and I got get my shit right before I be doing all that. But what I'm saying is that in generally speaking, my pictures, my posts don't get that many likes. But you're like 100. And you lowballing that shit for the sake of the show because you don't want to prove my point. I already know what's going on here.
No, it's not
Right.
that high at all. It really isn't.
Is it more than 50?
Yes. If maybe. It depends on the photo.
Is
It really does. Go on my page, Brandon. On these reels, some of these reels I'll give
the
you.
reels are different.
All right, so
But
just
my point
images.
is-
Yeah.
But the point is that for ladies, you guys have way more access to. She's looking at the numbers. She's like, oh, that one's 200.
48,
48.
99,
99.
Mm-hmm.
99. Let me see. This is
91.
a picture.
82,
Let's see. This picture of me smiling. It's a nice picture.
81.
8 people like this pic. 5 people like this pic.
It depends on the photo.
Listen, it doesn't matter. You getting a lot of looks. You getting a lot of looks, right?
Sure.
Rell, and so this is where you not doing social media really works in your favor. Oh, 15. I was winning that day. Oh,
Brandon,
12.
stop it. We're not comparing likes.
But
Stop
to
it.
my point, you have access to way more people in general, and most women do.
But those likes are from women. Majority of them are from women.
I feel like men are like, oh, I don't get that many people. For me, like my issue, like that I find in dating is finding like quality men.
That's a whole different level, yes.
But you're saying like, oh, you have all these people, all these likes, all this attention. But it doesn't mean anything to me if none of them are quality.
Mm-hmm.
But you have quantity, you have more to choose from. And I know quality is hard to find. I understand that point. But imagine trying to find quality with like 2 or 3 options versus trying to find quality 20, 30, 40 options.
It's depressing for the latter.
Oh my gosh, cry me a river. Well, Gerald, this actually just made me think about like dating and red flags because we're approaching cuffing season. We are approaching. Before we know it, man, the pumpkin spice is going to be out there.
Oh, I know. I already saw Halloween shit at Michael's.
Yeah, I heard about that. They were talking about that at work.
Yeah, right. So we're going to be in cuffing season. And it made me realize, like, if I ask you to dinner, if I ask either of you to dinner, what would your response be? Like, let's say it's like close to romantic, right? And you actually like me.
Oh, yeah, we'll go to dinner.
Right. Would you go to dinner? Would you say something?
I thought you were going to say something else.
We're role playing kind of, sort of. Would you like to go to dinner?
When?
Okay. See, that is the proper response.
Yeah.
Fellas, if you ask a lady for dinner, now you ask me to dinner. Please. One of you ask me to fucking one of you.
Would you like to go to dinner?
Well, where? I mean, what place though?
Well, you said that you like sushi, so we should go out and get sushi.
You see what I did there? You see what happened? You see what I did there? You missed it. This is what people be missing this shit. If I asked you, I didn't say yes, well, I'll go to dinner with you. I'm like, well,
You're trying to figure out where I'm gonna take you first to see if it's worth going.
Which means,
money.
Which means that it is not. It's less about my company, your company, and more about what I'm going to get out of it. So, if
what did I ask? When?
You just was like, yeah. You were like, yeah. I could have been like, we're going to Chick-fil-A, bitch, and you'd have been right. And Jazz is like, yo, Chick-fil-A don't sound that bad right now. I ain't even mad at that. But no, I realize, I think we have to be cognizant of that. And not that I would, like, I've noticed that for women that I've gone out with.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the ones
That's
that really want to just, that fuck with me and want to really have a good, like, just want to be in my company, have a good experience. It's just like, yes, I would love to go out to dinner. Or, no, I can't, but how, that day or whatever, let's figure it out. But it's the ones that are like, well, where you trying to go? Like, oh, okay. You're here for the experience, not the branding experience, the restaurant experience. And if I don't give the right answer, then the answer to the date, the question is actually no.
I feel like if the person asks out on the date, then you plan the date.
Right.
So if you're asking, then you're planning. My response was most likely, yeah, sure, let me know when.
Right. But yeah, if you like
if you're
the person,
interested,
if
yes.
you're interested.
Because you don't want to say yes to someone you're not really interested, because then you're just going to give them false hope.
Unless the restaurant's good.
No.
And that's probably what happened to Gerald. Gerald was like,
but she didn't even show up for a meal.
well, she probably like,
because she could have at least showed up for the meal.
That's what I'm saying. There has I would love to see the messages to see what went on but you're saying that standing people up is a normal thing, but I don't think it's that common.
We don't get stand ups.
You don't get stood up. You don't get stood up. No, it happens.
Well, yeah, because if you don't confirm, I'm not coming.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. But like he planned the date, she probably said yeah. And then he was like, all right, so I'm going to meet you at TGI Fridays and such.
And then she didn't confirm.
She was like, TGI Fridays? No, I'm good.
Which is shady too.
That's cruel.
It is very cruel. I mean, people are out here are cruel, but I think, so it goes back to, for me, like understanding, like setting my own expectations. So I might ask you out and you might hit me with, well, where are you trying to take me, right? Now, I have to make the decision. Do I just say never mind, or like, all right, I'm going to pick a spot that I think you want to go to, and I'm going to take a chance that we're going to go, we're going to have a good time, and then you're going to want to, from that point on, if I ask you to dinner, you're going to just say, all right, cool, because you're trusting in the situation. You want to spend time with me, blah, 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 right? But at that point in time, I'm going into the situation really sober and just understanding that you're more interested in where I'm taking you versus just going out with me.
I understand the logic, but I feel like I'm just like rethinking like Dang.
All those times you did that shit.
But
Because you didn't like the person that much. That's what it comes. You can.
no, but like it could be other reasons that like you're saying like that's your test.
It's
But
not
I don't
even-
think that's like a test. That can be a test because then that person can be like, oh, I've been really wanting to try this place. Like we should go together. Like there's other reasons why someone would say, ask you where. Like, are we meeting the first time? Like,
Say
are you trying to
yes.
meet somewhere far away? You trying to?
But I'm saying say
You know?
yes. But see, if I want to go out with you, I'm going to say yes first. And
Okay,
then
okay,
we're going
okay.
to plan like, all right, well, let's figure it out. Versus,
Oh, that's the part I'm missing. I miss the answer to my initial question, or
right,
the ask.
they're answering a question with a question.
Yeah. So it wasn't yes, I would love to. It's so where are we about to go? Or it's like
Yeah.
who all gonna be there?
Because I've been in that situation where I didn't answer right.
Oh, you didn't answer right.
I didn't answer right. It's like, yo.
So how did you answer? Hey, you want to go out?
Well, no, it's the other way around. So
Well, you said you didn't answer right.
right. So, would you want to go out?
Yeah, sure.
No. Fucking play right.
I'm sorry. What?
What is she supposed
What
to
am I
say?
supposed to
You're supposed to
say?
say where.
Okay,
Oh.
okay,
Yes,
okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Jazz, would you go to dinner with me?
Yeah, where?
No. You said yeah.
Yeah,
in
where?
I'm excited.
Don't
Just
answer.
say where?
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
is the-
god.
That's what I was saying. That's why I missed that whole thing.
Yes.
Like
That's
don't
okay.
answer. Don't give an answer.
Just say where. Okay.
Never be an actress. Here we go. Take 3. Is that 4? Jazz, would you go out? Would you like to go out to dinner?
Where?
Well, I was thinking Chick-fil-A. No, that's wrong for you. Hold on. Wawa. Yeah, see. That's how I answered wrong. I didn't say Wawa per se, but I did not give a restaurant that was to
their
her
liking.
liking, to which she didn't say
You
no.
know why? Because when you say like a Wawa or Chick-fil-A or something, that's a normal place that I would go to on a regular basis. So you're gonna take me
Well, I
out,
was
and
just
take somebody
using-
out. No, I know,
Yeah,
but just
that's why I threw you for this thing.
Yeah,
okay,
so
I should
like-
have said something different, right?
if you're saying something basic that you can go to every day by yourself, I wouldn't want to go there
Okay.
as a first date with someone.
Long John Silver's.
Was it even open?
Yeah, there's one in Jersey.
Ew.
You want to drive all the way to Jersey for that?
That's the experience.
Listen,
No.
how about Texas Roadhouse?
See.
We can do that.
But that shows that you're actually interested. Like I've actually had
Yeah.
situations where like the woman she said no, and I was like, wow,
No, thank you.
wow. So that it was really not about me, bitch. She was just hungry.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
She's just dating.
And she's
Free
eating,
meal.
she's dating for meals, yeah. So, which again, and that happens a lot. So you just have to. It's like, all right, if you're gonna go down that path with the person, you adjust your expectations and then understand that, like, okay, like right now you're in the deficit, and so you better bring your A game. But at this stage in my life, I don't try to revisit that shit. Like you say no, you ask me where are we going, I'm like, never mind, I forgot.
Not you forgot.
I forgot. I forgot what? I just forgot. I forgot. Never mind. See what I'm saying? So now you're going through your history files, right? Like all the times you were like.
But no, the way that I answered, I said yes, and I said when. So like that was my natural reaction. I don't think I've ever been like, where?
Jazz, have you ever been like where?
Have you been what?
You just said where?
Have you ever been like where? Like. Have you been a where person? Like you asked someone
Not
asked
that
you
I
to
recall.
dinner, and then you like instead of being
No,
like, yeah,
I think
would love
my
to.
initial is like, yeah, actually, hold on.
I've always answered because
Maybe.
it's either yes, I'm interested, or yeah, I'm not. If I'm not interested, I play the like. I'll give like let me get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can be like, yeah, I'm busy.
Yeah, I think I'd just be like, yeah, sure, let me know when. Because, yeah, plan it, let me know.
Plan that motherfucker. No, it is hard out there, and Gerald, poor Gerald.
Or I'll give places. Like, before you even try to plan it, listen, here go some places I liked or
But
that
the
I want to go
important thing
to.
is you
But my
say
stuff
yes.
is more, yeah,
But
I
that's the
would say.
important part, and I think that's what a lot of guys miss that. Like, and then they feel like, oh, she took advantage of me. No, she kind of showed you who she was in the very beginning about with how she handled actually hanging out for that first time or the first few times. She made it all about where. It was contingent upon where you were going or what you were doing.
Yeah.
And listen, I said it before, and I say it again. I've had my best experiences with going to some pretty basic places because we were just into each other and joking. The conversation was good and all that. Like those nice restaurants, they're great and everything, but they're also distractions. Like you're not paying attention to the person you're with because you're focused on.
I feel like nice restaurants are when you're actually in a relationship.
Yeah, and you want to make it special.
Yeah.
Oh, she Rell rolled her eyes.
I disagree with y'all.
Why?
But I think for Gerald, his situation is like, I don't know about. He just seems to me like the marriage. Like I just want to get married. Like
And that's scary.
Like I feel like, and that's fine for you to want that. But I feel like when I'm dating someone, like I just want. Can we just like be friends and see what we have in common before we start talking about marriage and all this? You know,
Gerald's scary.
Yeah,
Gerald's very scary. Like, yo, don't. Like you said.
And like he was probably talking all that stuff. Like that's.
Oh, can't wait to make you my wife one day.
Yeah, like oh, I don't even know your middle name. What's your favorite color?
No, don't do that.
I got 6 brown chicks.
Right.
My older sister and 2-year-old nephew live with me rent free since her man put her out. I didn't know she allowed the same man to spend the night in my house while I worked the night shift. So my Adderall and my cashier's check for rent went missing. He emerged from her bedroom. I had no idea he was in my house and tore my house apart, helping me find my pills and check. He was wired as fuck. His pupils were the size of saucers. My sister, you know he has a drug problem. You shouldn't have left the pills in the bathroom. My pills and check were in my underwear drawer in my room. The rent check was cash before I could stop it. I got so angry about her choosing his bum ass over me that I ditched work to put her out of my house. While we packed her things, I found pictures of my sister with my ex. She confessed my nephew is my ex's child. I broke up with my ex because he cheated. I didn't know his side chick was my older sister. I don't know what to do. I love my nephew. I hate my sister. I'm not okay. Advice. I need a shot after reading that one.
Woo! They need
Better
Jesus.
help. Better help. I'm sure we'll get a code, a discount code at some point in time for better health. Better help. What is better help?
Yes.
I need to get it right. Oh man, she needs all the therapy. She needs. I don't know that there's anything she can really do. Right?
No.
Kick them all out.
Put them out.
Get rid of them.
Yeah. You're clearly not concentrating on what you need to do to better your life for your son. You're worried about this man who is a bum stealing money from your sister, and that's okay with you.
Get them all out. And your nephew, oof.
Her nephew /
Her ex's baby.
Well, it's still her. You know, it's her nephew. The great news
Still
is
her
her
nephew.
nephew. It's her nephew.
Yeah.
They're being sister wives.
But it's just, man, people out here wilding. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Not you staying at my house, sneaking a man into my house, and then my things go missing, and you tell me I shouldn't have done something?
Listen.
Get out of here.
There's another one. My manager is married. His wife is 7 months pregnant, and she's not fucking him at all. We've been together for 2 months. I'm not cheating on her. He is. So I don't give a fuck about her feelings. I sent him nudes, and his wife intercepted them. She pistol whipped me in the parking lot at work. I blocked the blows, and then I called the cops. He got her off me and mouthed, "I love you, Kenzie. Let it go." So I didn't press charges. But my forehead is swollen. My knots look like 2 devil horns, and I got fired. His uncle owns the business, so he kept his job. I've reached out to him several times because I need money and job leads, but he's playing games and being distant from me. I'm trying to reunite before his baby comes because that baby will get all his time. What to do to get his attention? I know he thinks about the good sex we had.
Boo, he's not playing games. He's married.
He said,
There's nothing. There's nothing you can do. He can't find her sexy anymore after getting pistol whipped in the parking lot by a 7-month pregnant woman.
and then says, "I love you, Kenzie. Let it go."
He played her.
Yeah, he did.
He played her. He's like, he knew exactly what to say. What to
You can't
do.
send my pregnant wife to jail.
For real.
Gotta save my family.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. You gotta just move on. You need to get a job.
Get a
first of
job.
all. That's what you. That's
Get a
That's
your
what you
job.
need to
first priority,
concentrate
right?
on. Heel up here in your
your
head
horns.
and go get an interview.
Get an ice pack. Put it on your
Probably
forehead.
brain damage, man. Like pistol whipping. I think
With
I'd rather
2
get
knots.
shot than get pistol whipped. Seriously.
I'm not shot, B.
I mean, not in a
Aggressive,
critical
yeah.
area, but like a metal gun up against your head. Like,
Concussion.
They heavy too.
they're heavy. It's a blunt object. Yes. Pistol whipping. You'll not ever be right in the head ever. You know. I don't know. I hope I don't ever have to make that choice. Like, dude, would you rather get shot or pistol whipped? I can't imagine.
Where?
Like, wait a minute.
my God.
Is there option 3? Like, please, sir. Oh, pistol whipped in the parking lot by a pregnant woman.
7-month pregnant woman.
And she had that pregnancy strike.
Them
too.
hormones were crazy.
Man, listen, just people, please do better about who you deal with.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm upset.
You got any other ones? You good over there?
I have one more. We have time for one more?
Yeah, we got time. We got all the time.
All right. This one is for Lizzo.
Oh, no.
Married for 10 months, we decided to have a blended family. I have an 8-year-old girl, Charlie. She's pudgy and wears glasses. She's in her awkward stage. Her stepsisters are tall and slim like their dad. One is 11 and the other is 13. The 13-year-old called my child fat. My husband allowed it and got mad at me because I stepped in. He said he wanted Charlie to stand up for herself. Well, the 13-year-old told Charlie to stop eating everything in the house. Charlie snapped. Are you the food police? Do you know Jesus loves everyone but you? He put your mama in the ground. You skinny, but you should say less because you are less. My husband accused me of teaching Charlie to disrespect his child. And then he said, check that little fat bitch or you can leave. I gathered Charlie and we stormed out. He didn't call me or follow. It's been 3 weeks. Is my marriage over? Did I do the right thing? Advice.
Yes and yes.
Your marriage is over.
And you did the right
Why did you coach your child?
She
to say
didn't.
those things?
She didn't.
She didn't.
Them little
No, she
kids be
didn't.
talking.
She stood up for herself. That's
Yes,
what I'm
as
talking
you
about.
should.
That's what those girls should have said to Lizzo.
Not their check.
No, wow, she took it that 3. She bought it all the way around.
That's way to wrap it up.
No, like
I think she
Damn.
did it. She did what she needed to
she
do.
needed. I mean, that's look. Everybody's wrong, but like that's why God put your mom in the ground. Like that's
They were probably coming at her for a minute for her to just be like, "Yo, fuck this. I'm giving you all my bullets."
I mean, he said he wanted her to stand up for
And
herself,
that's
and
exactly what the fuck
she did.
She did.
She did. She did. Well, yeah, her marriage is absolutely over. I don't know that.
I feel like that's dramatic. Like that's like fighting, like siblings fight. Like you have a blended
but that's
family.
totally different. They're not really siblings though. It's a blended
Right.
family.
I mean,
They're just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Like they
Does it-
needed to work that out like differently. Like you got to teach your kids.
And he fucked it up.
Right. He
Because
began-
when it first started, them making fun of her,
it was not a problem.
it's not a problem. No, she needs to stand up for herself. Well, you need to teach them not to be rude to her because that's her sister. That's her sibling.
Well, 2 things can be true, right? They were both. They like she could need to learn. Maybe he saw something in her, like yo, she's a little bit too soft. And
Okay, and then
went-
she came out.
right, which is that. So then the lesson is you gotta learn how to modulate your defense. It's like if somebody shoves you.
You gotta remember,
and
you're
then
talking about kids.
I know,
Yes.
but that's what the parents are for to teach. It's like, look, man, you have to, like, if somebody pushes you, like physically shoves you,
Push them
that
back.
doesn't mean push them back, or maybe you can even hit them because you think that's where it's going. Do not go and pick up a brick and throw it in their face.
Well,
you know,
I mean, if they can't really push hard, then do what you need to do.
or then run. But that. You gotta run if you can't push hard. But you know that's you have
I
to
get what
learn
you
how to. You know you have to learn how to match energy
Yeah.
instead of. And so what she did was above and beyond. It's like yo, he pushed her. She went and got the brick
And threw 3 of them.
and threw
My
3 of
thing,
them.
it
Yeah,
sounds like it was like
should.
pent up.
yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
yeah,
what I'm
It's like
saying.
you're
It was
always
pent
talking
up.
about me, and you
Now
always
it
have
shuts you
something about
Right.
my weight, and now it's about what I'm doing. Well,
I mean, it was the dead mother for me. Like you know, just put your mother in the ground.
but still so crazy to me that like fight between like the kids is now like tearing your marriage apart.
I know.
Because he's supporting his kids and she's supporting her kids instead of them coming together and disciplining them.
Yes, right.
Together. Or her even pushing back on him initially and saying, "No,
And then
this is not about her standing up for herself. This is about you taking care of your little asshole son, because it's not right."
Right. And then
Yeah.
making them apologize to each other because they have to understand they can't talk to each other that way because they're siblings. You got to have each other's back. Y'all can make fun
Exactly.
of each other in a funny way, but not in don't make fun of her physical, you know, her don't make fun of her physical things.
Yeah, so she dropped it. She missed the opportunity in the very beginning to check him.
She did. It says that
Yeah.
he got mad at her because she stepped in. So
It was him.
Yeah.
it's him.
So he's definitely the problem. But yeah, her shit's done. Like the moment she walked out of the house, that was it.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Yeah.
not you basically abandoning ship at that point in time.
That's true.
Because now you.
Well, he said, what is it? Control your fat daughter.
Yes.
Yo,
so he
no,
was wrong
said
for
it.
it too.
Yeah.
He was wrong.
Yeah,
he
okay,
was
yeah.
definitely wrong. I mean,
No,
she's
I don't
supposed
stay
to
with
speak up
somebody.
for her child.
Yeah.
Like, but the fact that she's like, "Oh, my marriage over," like, yo, you
Yeah.
gonna walk out.
We walking
Walk
out.
out.
Right.
Yes.
Walk out and don't look back.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go back, then that's when you need to have those conversations. At that time, like, damn, you really kicking me out? Like, we're married, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
100%,
very
yeah.
poor. They got a poor relationship dynamic from the very beginning.
Yep.
So good for her for walking out because that wasn't going to end well.
Don't go back.
And then why
sis.
be there and like your daughter's unhappy? So maybe it's for the best.
Probably
well-
bullying her too.
And he's probably talking about the daughter like that, which is why the kids think it's okay to talk about that.
behind their back. Yep. Always comes from the parents.
Yeah.
I hate people. I really do. Well, that blended family thing is a tough, can be very challenging. Just like Gerald's dating life and those people on the dock that got their asses beat.
Oh gosh.
Well then, make sure. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
All good? All good? All right. Make sure you check us out on all of our platforms at the Cultured Misfits podcast. You can follow me or find me at justslim.j. Rell, where can we find you?
Like, comment, and subscribe on all of our social media. And you can find me at Rell Traveling on Instagram.
Have you posted on that? Nope. Didn't even do it.
You're lucky because I cut all of that out of the last episode. I felt bad.
Did you? Oh, you guys were bullying me? Yeah.
I felt bad. I did.
Weak.
I know.
Toughen up. Full fucking circle. Toughen
I
up.
know. But I promise you, I still have that footage. And I will reel
Tell
the
people
fuck
where
out
they
of
can
it.
find
You
you.
better post. You better post something, goddammit. Anyway.
I'm just
you
going to
can
put random in the group chat. Post. Post it, Rell.
It's coming. It's coming.
You went to a whole Beyonce concert
And didn't even
and
show
it was
nothing.
not one post for Rell traveling.
Hello, it's a travel.
Tell them where they can find you.
They know where they can find me. It's in the thing at DJ Silk on Instagram, Threads, Twitter. Spill, black owned. Did you get your spill thing yet? Did you get
No,
your
because they're
spill?
not paying us. Come on.
We just talked about black people beating white people.
I
up
love
on
black
the
people.
docks.
I'm a black woman. Thank
Right.
you.
So yes, spill at DJ Silk. TikTok is DJ Silk 12. Mixcloud.com, DJ Silk 12.
And check them out on Soul School.
Soul School, yep. You can find me Fridays at 9 a.m. on 88.9 FM WEAA, the voice of Baltimore with Erica Kane and Lena J.
Nice.
Every Friday, you get 20 minutes of Soul School. I'll be killing it. And then, of course, yeah, this shit is hot. It's popping.
Okay.
It's popping. It's super popping. Anyway, guys, until the next time, this is the Cultured Misfits podcast. We are out.
Bye.